Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I am Kishore and today we are going to solve a very interesting hybrid Sudoku variant. This Sudoku was created by Philipp Blumer and it was published in the Logic Masters Germany portal. There are many puzzles published by this author on the Logic Masters Germany portal. I will add the link to the portal and to the Sudokus of Philipp Blumer in the description. Do check out his Sudokus, many of which are very challenging and very excellent and have very excellent solve paths. I will also add the link to online solving under the description so that you guys can have a try before watching this video. Moving on to the rules of the Sudoku, we are basically combining three different variants in this Sudoku. One is irregular, the other is scattered, the other is queen. So the rules are each row, each column and each irregular shaped region in the grid will contain the digits 1 to 9. In addition to that, the cells shaded in yellow, there are exactly 9 of those cells, will also contain digits 1 to 9. And digits, final part of the rules is, digits 3, 6 and 9 are like chess queens, meaning they cannot repeat in a diagonal direction. So for example, if you consider, let's say this cell, then a 3 cannot be present in any of the diagonal cells highlighted by green. Just like a chess queen always moves in all the directions including diagonal direction. So if you consider digits 3, 6 and 9, they are like chess queens, they cannot repeat in the diagonal directions. So those are the rules. With that, we'll start solving this Sudoku. There are not many digits here to make use of any classic part. You have a 7 here, you have a 7 here. We can restrict a 7 to one of these 3 cells. Not much. I think the variant part, the chess queen part will come into play very early here because the digits are very limited, so we have to make use of the queen rule. Right. Let's maybe start with 6 as the chess queen and try to see if we can restrict the possibilities of 6 in other rows, columns / regions. Why I am starting with 6 is because there is only 1 3 and 1 9 and we have 2 6. So we have 2 of 6 chess queens, so it makes sense to start with that digit. Now we will use a color to highlight the cells where the 6 cannot go. Let's use a blue for example. So if you consider this 6, it cannot be present in any of these cells, right? Also it cannot be present in any of these cells because this is in the same region, so it can't be here, and this 6 cannot be anywhere here, and it also can't be in diagonal direction, right? So for this 6, if you go along the diagonal direction, it can't be anywhere here and it also can't be here, right? And if you consider this 6, it can't be repeating in the diagonal direction, so we can remove the 6. And for this 6, we can highlight these 3 cells as blue. So I think we have highlighted all the cells where a 6 can't possibly go, because either it is in the diagonal direction or it is in the same row, column or region. Have we left out any cells for the 6? I don't think so. So if you look at this region now, each of the irregular shaped region must contain the digits 1 to 9, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cells, right? Out of which we have eliminated 5 cells as a possible location of 6. And these 2 cells are givens which can't contain a 6. So we can pencil mark, rather restrict the 6 to one of these 2 cells. The 6 can only be in one of these 2 cells. Alright? It can't be anywhere else. Also we can highlight this cell as blue because 6 can't be here, right? It is in the same column as this 6, so obviously classic rules will come into play. Okay, and if you look at row 2 now, we have restricted 6 to one of these 3 cells, right? Sorry. So 6 will be in one of these 3 cells because 6 can't be in these 4 cells and it can't be in these 2 cells as well. So 6 will be in one of these 3 cells. So which means we can shade some more cells which can't contain a 6. Okay. And now if you look at row 1, 6 can only be in one of these 3 cells, right? 6 can either be here, here or here. There are only 3 options for the 6. So we can remove these 2 cells as possible locations of 6. We'll highlight them as blue because 6 will be in one of these 3 cells for row 1, and so which eliminates 6 from these 2 cells because it is in the same region. And now if you look closely at row 4, there are only 2 possible locations left for the 6. Either row 4 column 4, or there are 3 possible locations actually. Row 4 column 8 or row 4 column 9. There is no other possibility. Right? Because we have eliminated every other possibility, so it can only be here in row 4 column 4 or row 4 column 8 or row 4 column 9. Right, we'll use some of the irregular property to proceed a little bit. Here if you look at rows 8 and 9, we see that there are 2 irregular shaped regions inside those, right? Rows 8 and 9, and 3 cells are going outside from those regions, that is row 7 column 1, row 6 column 5 and row 7 column 5. These 3 cells are going outside. So there is a property called in-out in irregular Sudokus. Whatever cells which go out from an imaginary line drawn between some rows, those cells will exactly be compensated by the same digits. So I will explain this property using a different grid. So let us look at this grid. This is an irregular shaped grid where digits must not repeat in rows, columns and each irregular shaped region. As you can see, there are 9 irregular shaped regions and each of these regions must contain digits 1 to 9. So what I explained a little earlier is that, so let us for example draw an imaginary line between columns 3 and 4. I will explain why we are drawing a line between columns 3 and 4. If you look closely at columns 1, 2 and 3, we see that we have 3 regions, okay, and from the regions from this region and this region, 2 cells are going outside, right, and 2 cells are coming inside. That is row 3 column 4 and row 7 column 4 are going outside, and row 1 column 3 and row 9 column 1 are coming inside. Now whatever is present in these 2 cells will be the same as these 2 cells. Why? Because we know that each row, each column and each region in a 9 by 9 grid or in any Sudoku will contain the digits 1 to 9, right? So we are having a region which is containing 1 to 9 here, and we are also having an almost a region which is having digits 1 to 9 but except one cell which is going outside, and similarly we are having one more region which is having almost 1 to 9 but one cell which is going outside. We know for sure that columns 1, 2 and 3 will contain digits 1 to 9, which means 3 sets of 1 to 9, right? Now we have one set of 1 to 9 inside this region and one more set of 1 to 9 inside this region but except only one cell which is going outside, and similarly one more set of 1 to 9 in this region and one more cell which is going outside. Now these 2 cells which are going outside must be compensated by the exact same cells here, so that we maintain the balance of 3 sets of 1 to 9. So what I mean is, if you have for example an 8 and a 7 here, let's say for example, then these 2 cells will also be 7, 8 in some order, because we have lost an 8, 7 from the first 3 columns, right? Now in order to have 3 sets of 1 to 9, and why do we need to have 3 sets of 1 to 9? Because columns 1, 2 and 3 will have 1 to 9 once exactly, so we need to have 3 sets of 1 to 9, and whatever digits which go outside must be compensated by the same digits by coming inside. Then only we can maintain the 1 to 9 in each, the balance of 1 to 9, right? So this is the in-out rule. We can also use this in-out rule, for example, in along this columns between columns 6 and 7 also. For example, we can use the in-out rule between column 6 and 7 and say that these 2 cells, that is row 3 column 6 and row 7 column 6, will be the same as row 1 column 7 and row 9 column 7. Same idea. And similarly we can draw an imaginary line between row 6 and row 7 and row 3 and row 4 as well, and say that these two cells will be the same as the cells which are going outside. Inside rather. And similarly when you draw a line between row 6 and row 7, we'll see that these two cells are going outside, which will be the same as the cells which are coming inside, so that the balance is preserved. So this is the inode property in an irregular Sudoku. Now we'll move back to the Sudoku and try to use the inode property inside this grid as well. We see that from between rows 7 and 8, if we draw an imaginary line, we are seeing exactly 3 cells which is going outside, because we have 2 regions in last 2 rows and 3 cells which are going outside. So which means that there has to be 3 cells which come inside, and they have to be the same as these 3 cells. So we have a 4 coming inside and no other cell region coming inside except these 2 yellow cells. So which means that these 3 cells will be equal to these 3 cells in some order. So since we have a 1 here, we can mark a 1 to one of these 2 cells. And we also have a 4 here, so which means that 4 must be either in row 7 column 5 or row 7 column 1. And there is one more digit which is going to be present, which we don't know for sure yet. It may be anything. Okay. Now let's try to see if we can use the queen property again to our advantage. Okay. We also, as per rules, we also know that the yellow cells will need to contain 1 to 9, right? Now we know that these 2 cells can't contain a 6, because if 6 is here, then just we proved that these 3 cells will be the same as these 3 cells. So if 6 is in one of these yellow cells, then 6 must either be here or here. But we have eliminated both the positions of 6 from there using the diagonal property and the column rule. So a 6 can't be in these cells. Now a 6 can't be here, so we have eliminated 3 cells in total. A 6 can be here or here. We have eliminated this cell also. If you remember, this cell was yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more cell was this, right? Yeah, this is a single cell region, so obviously it has to be that yellow cell. So a 6 can't be in these 3 cells, right? Because this 6 cannot be, is removing the 6 from here. So 1, 2 and 3 cells have been removed for as possible locations of 6, and these 3 cells also have been removed as possible location of 6. So which means that 6 must either be in row 4 column 4 or row 6 column 6 or row 6 column 7. So 6 must be in one of these 3 cells, right? So is that helping us now? Now if you look at this region, right, there are only 3 cells left for the 6. Let's just pencil mark them. This Sudoku is about eliminating the positions of 6, 3, 6 and 9 using the queen property. We have to make pencil marks like this and eliminate as much as possible so that we get some progress. Right. Now looking closely at the interaction of these 6ers. So let's assume what happens if you have a 6 in this yellow cell. So if you have a 6 here, you eliminate the 6 from here immediately, and you also using the diagonal property, you eliminate the 6 from here. So you get a 6 here, right? For this region you need to have a 6. So you get these 2 6ers. Now because of this 6, we already know that 6 must be in one of these 3 cells. So since you have a 6 here, you will eliminate the 6 from here and here as well using the diagonal property, and this 6 is now eliminating the 6 from this cell. So which means that we don't have any cell left for placing 6 in this region. So that is not going to be possible. So we can eliminate the 6 from row 4 column 4. Wow, what a deduction. So which proves us that 6 must be in one of these 2 cells, because the yellow cells 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 must contain at least, exactly 1 6. So we know that these 2 cells can't contain a 6. This cell can't contain a 6. We just eliminated 6 from here. So this can't be a 6 because of this 6. These 2 can't be 6 as well. So only these 2 cells can be a 6. Only possibility for 6. Which eliminates the 6 from here using classic rule. And now we can highlight some more cells as blue. This can't be a 6 because 6 must be in one of these 2 cells in this region. And we can eliminate this cell as a 6, because if you have a 6 here, then you eliminate 6 from both of these cells. So a 6 must be in one of these two cells, and because of the 6 here, we can mark these cells as not 6. And that's good, because now if you look at this region closely, there is only one cell left to place the 6. There are no more 6. Brilliant construction. So that gives a 6 here, right? There is no more cell left for the 6. Now we will get all the 6s, I think. We have only 6 in one of these two cells, so we can place the 6 here. And using these two 6s, we can eliminate the 6 from these two cells and place the 6 here. And maybe use the diagonal 6 to eliminate some more cells. No. So because of this 6, we eliminate the 6 here, we get a 6 here. And that eliminates the 6 from here, we get a 6 here. Beautiful. So if you remember, 6 was in one of these three cells. Because of these two 6s, we eliminate 6 from here and here, we get a 6 here. And that eliminates the 6 from here and gives the 6 here. I think we have placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. All the 6s. Now if you look closely, not even one of these 6 is in the diagonal direction of any of the other 6s. Amazing, right? You take any 6, it won't diagonally interact with any of the other 6. Amazing. So now we have placed all the 6. We will remove the blue cells now, right? Because they are not of useful information anymore. We can remove the cells highlighted in blue. Now let's look at 3, right? Because there is no more information, we'll look at 3 to see if we can make some more queen eliminations just like we did. Let's use a red color for this time. 3 can't be here, it's in the same region, and 3 can't be in any of these cells because this is in the same row or column and this is in the diagonal direction, and 3 can't be here because it is in the diagonal direction, can't be here, and it can't be in these cells because using column rule, and 3 can't be anywhere here, right? And let's go along this diagonal. 3 can't be here, here, here or here, right? Because it is in the diagonal direction. Yeah, there is only 1 3 and we have eliminated all possible locations where the 3 can possibly be, or rather cannot possibly be. Now if you look closely at this region, this almost zigzag shaped region, we have eliminated 4 cells, right? Because of this 3, and that gives us that 3 must be in one of these 4 cells, right? It can't be in these 3 cells. What a beautiful pattern. So which means that whichever cell this 3 is in, we can eliminate these cells, right? Because it is in the same diagonal. So that gives us some more cells which we can eliminate. So as long as we remember that these are one cell shaped regions, we won't be confused. We don't need to be confused. So right, we have eliminated some more 3s now. Okay, let's notate some more digits. So for this region, it needs to have a 3. So 3 can only be in one of these two cells, and that gives some more cells that we can highlight as not being 3. Because of this 3 can only be in this direction. So which eliminates the 3 from these cells, right? Because this diagonal 3 will see the cells in the diagonal direction, right? 3 can only be in one of these two cells, which eliminates the 3 from here. Amazing. Okay. Now, if you look closely at row 6, we have eliminated almost all cells. There are only 2 possibilities left for the 3 in that row. Either here, that is row 6 column 7, or row 6 column 9, right? Only one of these two cells can contain a 3 because we have eliminated the rest of the cells as either being givens or placed digits or red cells. So now because of these 3, we can eliminate cells which see both of these 3. So for example, we can eliminate this cell. Why? Because if you have a 3 here, then you eliminate the 3 from here, and using the diagonal property, you eliminate the 3 from here as well. So you can eliminate cells which see both of these cells, right? By see I mean influence both of these cells. So you can't have a 3 here. You can't have a 3 here by using similar logic, because if you place a 3 here, you eliminate the 3 here and the 3 from here as well. Amazing. This is a really excellent Sudoku, and these 3 cells also have this cell is in common. If you have the 3 here, using queen property, you will eliminate the 3 from here and the 3 from here as well, and then there will be no 3 left in row 6. So you can eliminate this cell also, right? Beautiful. These kind of Sudokus are really fun to solve. And now what we have did is a major breakthrough. If you look at this region, right, it needs to contain 1 to 9, right? Each irregular shaped region will contain 1 to 9. Now there is exactly one cell left to place the 3 in this region, this cell. There is no other cell left. Beautiful. So we get the 3 here, and that eliminates the 3 from here and gives the 3 here. Now we have started a chain reaction again. So the 3 is eliminated using this 3, and this 3 is also eliminated. Now we have 3 in one of these 2 cells only, and we can highlight some more cells in red. These cells can't contain a 3, and using this 3 we can use the diagonal property and eliminate these cells as 3. We can't have a 3 anywhere here, right? And you can't have a 3 here also. And using this 3 you can't have a 3 in this cell because it sees this diagonally, and we can't have a 3 here as well, right? So which means that for this region, right, 3 must be in one of these 2 cells. Beautiful. Really fun Sudoku. And let's see now if we get some more deductions using the 3's. I'm pretty sure we can play with the 3's some more. If you look at this region, there are only 2 cells left for the 3, right? The 3 can either be here or here. We have eliminated the rest of the cells, right? Okay. Any more eliminations we can make? Right. Okay. For column 1, if you see, 3 must be in one of these 3 cells, right? Because we have eliminated these cells as red. So 3 must be in one of these 3 cells, which means that 3 can't be here because it is in the same region. We can eliminate these cells as possible locations of 3, right? And now that is really good for us because in row 1, there is only one cell left for the 3. There is no other cell which can take a 3, which gives a 3 here. Beautiful Sudoku. So you can't have a 3 here now because of this 3. We can mark this cell in red, and that gives a 3 here, right? This cell will be a 3 now, and any more 3's we can get, I'm sure we'll be getting some more 3's here. Okay, if you look at row 2 now, this can't be a 3 obviously because of this 3, and there is only one cell left for the 3 in that row. The rest of the cells we have marked using red, so this will be a 3, right? And this cell can be eliminated as a 3 now. And now if you look closely, we have eliminated 8 cells as possible location of 3 except this yellow cell. There is no other cell which can take the 3. So which means that this will be a 3 and this 3 is eliminated now, which gives a 3 here and which gives a 3 here because we eliminated the 3 from here. I think we have marked all the 3's now. Wow. Amazing solve path. So what we can do, we can again remove the red cells. They are not of useful information anymore. Right? We have placed the 6's, 3's, a very systematic solve path. Okay, now let's focus on the 9's, right? There is a solo 9 left. We will try to use the same thing that we did with the 3 and 6 to see if we can play around with the 9's. So we will use maybe green color for the 3. So this, 9, you can't have a 9 in any of these cells, right? And 9 sees this cell diagonally, so you can't have 9 anywhere here. Okay, and 9 can't be anywhere here. I am not highlighting cells which already contain a digit. So, and if you see along the diagonal direction, 9 can't be here and 9 can't be here as well, right? This is in a diagonal position. 9 can't be in any of these 3 cells. Okay, I think we have eliminated in all directions. So, now let us see where 9 is very restricted. Okay, if you look at this region, there are only 2 possible cells left for the 9, right? 9 can either be here in row 2 column 9 or 9 can be in row 3 column 9. Only 2 possible cells left, and which eliminates this cell as a location for 9. Great. Okay, and let's look at some more rows or columns which are very restricted, as that would give a lot of information. If you look at row 5, that is what comes to the eye, because 5 cells are directly eliminated. We will have a 9 in 3 cells, right? 9 can either be here, 9 can either be here, or 9 can either be here in these rows, right? There is no other possible location. Okay. Can we make any more eliminations of 9? Alright, there doesn't seem to be any simple eliminations of 9. Okay. Okay, let's come over to 9 a little bit later, because I am seeing a digit that we can place. You can't have a 4 in this cell and this cell, right? And if you look along column 8 now, there is only one cell left for the 4, because 4 can't be here and 4 can't be in these two green cells because it is in the same region. So digits don't repeat inside a region. Now in column 8 you see that there is only one cell left for the 4. We can comfortably place the 4 there, and which means that 4 can't be in these 6 cells. So 4 in that region must be restricted to one of these two cells, and that eliminates the 4 from here. Beautiful. So we get the 4 here. If you remember, these 3 cells I said at the start must be the same as these 3 cells using the irregular property explained, inode property rather. So 4 must be here, right? Okay. Is that giving us any more force? So 4 will be in one of these 3 cells, because 4 can't be here and 4 can't be in any of these 3 cells. 4 can't be in row 9 column 1 as well because of the 4 in one of these cells. So 4 will be in one of these 3 cells. Okay. Right. So okay. So we have a 9 in these 3 cells, right? Let us see what happens if you have a 9 here. Basically we have to see if we are getting contradiction by playing around with 9s, because there is not much concrete logic that you can use here. So let us see these 9s. So using the queen property, if you have a 9 here, we can eliminate the 9 from here and here. And for this region, right, we will have a 9 here, right? I will mark using small digit, right, so that we don't confuse with the actual digit. So if you have a 9 here, for this region you will have the 9 here, right? And using the diagonal property, we will have the 9 for this region in this cell, right? It can't be here because then this cell and this cell will be 9, so 9 would be here. Okay. Is that giving us any elimination, any sharp deduction? Okay. And because of this 9, we can eliminate the 9 from these two cells and we get a 9 here, right? Okay. And now these two cells will be eliminated as location of 9, and 9 can't be here as well, so 9 would be here. Any 9 is clashing? So far 9, right? Okay, let us see if any 9, this 9 is not repeating in any of the diagonal direction, and this 9 is also not repeating in any of the diagonal direction, right? Okay, this is not giving us much information. So let's retrace our steps back to see if we can have a better step. So if you look at row 9, we are sure that 9 will be in one of these 3 cells, right? Because we have eliminated these cells as possible locations of 9. So 9 must be in one of these 3 cells, which means that we can eliminate this cell as a 9, right? Because if you have a 9 here, then 9 can't be in any of these 3 cells, right? So this cell can be eliminated as a 9. And these two cells also can be eliminated as a 9, right? Because you have a 9 in one of these 3 cells and it is in the same region, so 9 can be eliminated from here. Wow, what a slow and beautiful process. And we'll mark the 9 here, right? 9 was in one of these two cells if you remember, and 9 was in one of these 3 cells. Okay. We have placed 2 cells out of these 3 cells here. So only information we get is that 8 can't be in this cell, because then 8 would have to be here. So 8 can't be in this cell, not much information. Let's look, where can a 9 go in any of the yellow cells, right? Can a 9 be here? 9 can't be here because 9 is here, and 9, can a 9 be here? Oh, 9 cannot be here, right? Because we have marked 9 to one of these 2 cells, so 9 is eliminated from these 2 cells. 9 can't be here as well, so 9 may be here. Oh no, 9 can't be here. Look what happens if you have a 9 here. You eliminate the 9 from here and you eliminate the 9 from here. Oh, 9 can be there, I'm sorry. So 9 can actually be here. 9 cannot be here, cannot be here. Let's just mark the locations where 9 can be in the yellow cells. 9 can be in these 2 cells, 9 can be in this cell, can't be here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cells have been located. So 9 can be here and 9 can't be in any of these 3 cells, right? So we have 4 locations for the 9. So we'll see if we can eliminate any location. I'm sure I will be able to eliminate some positions of 9. Okay, we are getting an immediate elimination. Beautiful. So let's just see what happens if you have a 9 here. If you have a 9 here, you are eliminating the 9 from here and the 9 from here because the diagonal property. So you get a 9 here, right? For this region, you need to have a 9 and that will be placed here. So which means that you are eliminating the 9 from here and these cells are already eliminated, and for this region, you have to place the 9 here, right? And now look where you can place the 9 here. You can't have the 9 here and you can't have the 9 in these two cells. So when you have a 9 here, you are reaching a contradiction, right? So you can't have a 9 here. So we can eliminate that as a location of 9. So which means that 9 must be in one of these 3 cells now. And we will retrace the location of 9 to this row as these 3 cells. Right? 9 can't be here. So 9 is very restricted if you see here. But 9 can be here, right? For this region, if you see, 9 can be here. Okay. Right. Any more easy digits we are missing? 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 5, 7 are remaining. We are not missing any easy digits. Okay. So let us mark some candidates in this cell. Row 2, column 5. Can't be a 3, 5, 6 and 7 or a 1 or a 4. So it can only be 2 or 8. 9 we have already eliminated, right? So is that giving any digits? No. So we can pencil mark the 2 to one of these 2 cells here. Right? Because this region cannot have 2 here. So 2 must be here. And 2 must be in these 4 cells. Not much information again. You can't have a 9 here, right? Because these 3 cells will be the same as these 3 cells. So 9 can't be here because 9 is already eliminated from here, and using this 9 we have eliminated a 9. So 9 can't be here. So we'll mark that using the green. And now if you look at row 7, we are getting the breakthrough. We just eliminated this cell as a 9, right? You remember? Because if you have a 9 here, you can't have the 9 here and the here. So you get a 9 here which eliminates the 9 from here. And for this region, you will get the 9 here. And now there is no location for placing the 9 here. So because of which we eliminated the 9 from here, right? So there is only one cell left for the 9 in row 7. There are no more cells, right? Because we have marked either in green or placed a digit. Now we get a 9 here and we have got the major breakthrough. Because this 9 is going to help us a lot. We can eliminate this cell as 9, this cell as 9. Right? And let's mark some more green cells that will give us clarity. We can't have 9 here, and in the diagonal direction you can't have the 9 here, you can't have the 9 here because of this 9, and that eliminates this 9 as well, right? Because this 9 is diagonally seeing this 9, so we can eliminate the 9 from here. Wow, the Sudoku has lots of beautiful deductions which are kind of difficult to see. So a 9 is here, 9 can be eliminated from here. Okay, we can mark that in green. The more we eliminate, the more easier it would be for us to spot. And any more 9s? Okay, let's look at this region. There is only one cell left for the 9. You can't have 9 anywhere except in row 8, column 7. So we can mark that using a 9. So this can't be a 2, it has to be a 9. And now, since we have pencil marked 2 to one of these 2 cells, this cell will be a 2, right? And now I think we should be able to place all the 9s. We have got so many 9s now. So we can mark this cell as green because 9 can't be here and 9 can't be here because of this 9. So 9 is either here or here. Is it in the diagonal direction of? Yeah. So if you look at this 9 is reaching this cell, right? So you can't have a 9 here. We can eliminate this cell, and there is only one cell left for the 9 now. So we can mark this cell in this region. So that eliminates the 9 from here. And for row 5, we have only one cell left for the 9. We can place the 9 now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, row 4 we can place the 9. Only one cell left. We can place immediately 6, 7. And now for this row we have to place the 9, right? So 9 is here and 9 is here. In fact, we can place the 9 in row 1 now. We can't have the 9s in these 2 cells. So we can eliminate the 9 and place the 9 directly here. And now row 2 has only one 9. We will easily be able to place. So these cells can't be a 9. And there is only one cell, and that has to be in row 2 column 2. No other cell can contain a 9. Amazing. A really challenging Sudoku, I would say. Very difficult to see deductions. So we have placed all the 9s if you see, and remarkably if you see any of these 3, 6 or 9, they will not repeat in the diagonal direction. So take for example this 6 maybe. It will not see any of the 6's diagonally, and similarly if you take a 9, it will not see any of the 9's diagonally. Great. So we can remove all the cells which are in green and come to the irregular part. We have still not completed the Sudoku. We have gone only halfway through the Sudoku. So now we have to finish the Sudoku using the irregular part. Hopefully it will be faster. So let us look at this region. We have placed 7 digits, right? Remaining digits are 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 8, 9 have been placed. Remaining digits are 5 and 7. We can pencil mark them. And that gives some more leeway on column 6 now, because 2, 3, 6, 9, 5 and 7 have been placed. Remaining digits are 1, 4 and 8. So we can pencil mark them. So this 3 cells will be 1, 4 or 8. But you have marked a 4 here, right? Which means you eliminate the 4 from these 2 cells, because this is in the same region as this 4. So this cannot be a 4 and this cannot be a 4, and that gives a 4 here. Right? And you can eliminate the 4 from here because of this 4. And now 4 in this region has only one cell left, which is here. I think we'll be able to place the 4s. So 4 is in one of these 3 cells in row 9. Okay, let's leave the 4s for now. If you look at this region, 3, 4, 6, 1, 8, 9 have been placed. Remaining digits are 2, 5 and 7. A 7 can't be in this cell because we have pencil marked 7 to one of these 2 cells. A 7 can't be here because of this 7. So this will be a 7. And we can mark the candidates 2, 5 in these 2 cells. Right? Okay, this cell can be a 2 or 8 because we have marked the 2 or 8 candidates here. But 2 is here, right? So this can only be an 8. So this will be an 8. And remaining digits in column 5 are 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 8, 9 is not possible. Remaining digits are 5 and 7. So we can mark the 5, 7 possibilities there. Right? I will mark using candidates option so that the digits are of uniform size. So we have 5, 7 pair here. And now this region, if you see 3, 5, 9, 4, 6, 7, 8 have been placed. Remaining digits are 1 and 2, which will have to go in these 2 cells. And that eliminates the 1 from here. We get an 8 here now. We get a 1 here now. So we are getting digits thick and fast now. So 1, 2, 6, 3, 7, 8, 9 are in row 3. Remaining digits are 4 and 5. We have a 4 here. So this will be a 5 and this will be a 4. Right? And any digit or any row which is almost filled, or column rather. So if you look at row 4, 1, 6, 9, 3, 4, 5 are filled. Remaining digits are 2, 7 and 8. So 7 is here. So this will be a 2 or 8. This will be 8 is here. So this will be a 2 or a 7, and this will be a 2, 7 or 8. Does any of the yellow cells contain a 2, 7 or 8? No, right? Yellow cells still have a lot of possibility. Right, you have a 2 or a 5 here. So regardless of whatever comes in this cell, that has to be here, right? Because this region will need to contain this digit, and it can't be in any of these 6 cells. It can't be in these 2 cells as well. So whatever is here in row 1 column 9 it should be here. So this will be a 2, 5. And now we have a 2, 5 pair in row 2. The only digit left in row 2 is 1. We can mark that here. And that eliminates the 1 from one of these 2 cells because we have 1 here. And that eliminates the 1 from here. If you remember, these 3 cells will be the same as these 3 cells. So because of the 1 here, we can eliminate the 1 from here and place the 1 here. Great. So 1, 6, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5 have been marked. Remaining digits are 2 and 7. We can mark the candidates there. So you have a 2 here. So this will be a 7. Right? It is in the same region. So 2 can't be here. So this will be a 7, and that gives a 2 here, an 8 here, and a 7 here. Right? Okay, if you look along column 7, we have placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 digits, right? Sorry, 6 digits. Remaining digits are 1, 2 and 5. Okay, let's mark the candidates. So this will be 1, 2 or 5, and this can't be a 2, so this will be 1 or a 5. Right? And looking at this region, again you have a 5 or 7 here. This can't be a 7, so this will be a 5, and that gives a 1 here because 5 can't be in this region. So this will be a 7 now, and this will be a 2 or a 5, right? Okay. So where do we need to focus? Let's look at row 6. You can focus anywhere because almost every area is equally filled. So if you look at row 6, 1, 6 and 7, 3 and 9 are filled. The remaining digits are 2, 4, 5 and 8, right? 4 and 5 can't be here. So this will be 2 or 8. Okay. And let's look at column 2 now. 1, 4, 5, 9, 3 and 6 have been placed. Remaining digits are 2, 7 and 8. So 2, 8 is here. This is a 2. So this will be 7 or 8. And because of this 8, you get a 2 or a 7 here. And let's look at row 5 now. 6, 9, 3, 4, 5 and 7 have been placed. Remaining digits are 1, 2 and 8. You can't have a 1 here. So this will be a 2 or 8. Right? And this will be 1, 2 and 8. And this will be 1, 2 and 8. Okay, still the Sudoku is very tight. Okay, if you look at this region, we have a triplet, right? 1, 2 and 8 are locked in these 3 cells. So which means that 3, 6, 7, 9 and 1, 2 and 8 can't be in these 2 cells. So remaining digits are 4 and 5. We can pencil mark them, right? Because there is no other cell left for placing the 4 and 5. The moment we place the 4, 5 here, we get a 2 here. 5 is eliminated, so this will be a 2 which gives a 5 here, which gives a 2 here, which gives an 8 here, which gives an 8 here because of this 8. So this will be 1, 2 and 1, 2. Because of this 2, we get a 2 here. And these 2 cells must be 5, 8 in some order. We can pencil mark them. Alright. And we have a 2 here, so we get a 1 here. That gives a 2 here, a 2 here and a 1 here. And along column 1, remaining digits are 5 and 8, right? 1, 7, 9, 4, 2, 3, 6 have been placed. Remaining digits are 5 and 8. We can just mark the candidates. This will be 5 and 8. And that eliminates the 8 from this cell. So we get a 7 here and a 2 here. We get a 5 here because of this 7. Get a and a 7 here. And this 5 eliminates the 5 from here. Gets an 8 here. So this will be a 5. Right? And now only 2 digits are left in this box. Left in this region rather. 1 and 4. But 1 is here. So this will be a 1. This will be a 4 which gives a 4 here. A 5 here. A 5 here and 8 here. And we can complete the column 3 now. Only remaining digit is 8, right? And if you look at row 7, we have placed all digits except 7. We can place the 7 here and we can place the final digit directly, or we can just see through the yellow cells. In yellow cells we have placed 2, 3, 6, 7, 1, 4, 8 and 9. So we have to place the 5 here, which satisfies this column as well. So what a breathtaking Sudoku. A beautiful construction. A really fun and satisfying solve path. When you race through the final digits, the satisfaction is really hard to miss. I greatly enjoyed solving the Sudoku. So thanks to Philip Bluma for the Sudoku again. So if you guys enjoyed watching me solve the Sudoku and would love to see more of such Sudokus in the future, please remember to hit the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate if you help us support the channel. Hope to see you all soon.